All right, so we live right now. He's going.
Yep. All right, cool. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
That belongs to the apostles, that belongs to the elders of great millstones. Salutations to you, Waki, that are teaching the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Kabash from the GMS Atlanta camp.
Brother Kasha Kuala.
And now we coming at you with another edifying article through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. This is Esau's last reign, his last hoorah, and he has time set against him, and he's forced to make a move.
Right.
This article is about to go into it. I'm going to read from the headlines. It says, of two minds, it's the website, cloud-hosted-resources.com is where you can find this article. At the top, it says 2020 was a snack. 2021 is the main course. So yeah, it's the main course of what the elite making their final moves on this society to where their new world order can flourish. You got any words?
Yeah, like the article said, man. 2020 was an appetizer, which is just a taste of what you're really about to receive. All right, so all these people thinking that their 2020 problems are going to go away. Well, 2021 has clearly shown and started off that them problems ain't gone away. They're intensifying. So, just like what the brother's saying, we're going to hop right into it when we get 2019.
Yeah.
All right, this is Job chapter 20, verse 19. It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away a house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Yeah, Esau is about to cough all that up, just like it says in James chapter 5. He stored up riches for the last days. Right. And he took away the foundations of the Heavenly Father, which are his people. He took us away from our land during the Atlantic slave trade. He took away Gad, the Northern Kingdom land, and he called it America, and set his statutes and commandments in the land, and had us in slavery to the point that he got wealthy off of us. And now he's ruling the world with that. And the Most High is going to come back and demolish him for that.
Right. It says, verse 21, it says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Yeah, Revelations 18.
Mm-hmm. Verse 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
That's in the book of Obadiah.
Right.
The confederacy of these other nations that are in league with America, to name one of them, China.
Mm-hmm.
They tired of America, man. They ready to go to war with America.
Right. It says, verse 23, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Mm-hmm. That's the ICBMs.
Right.
Esau, the elite, they're going to hide in these bunkers and these space shuttles. They're going to get away from the said perils that are written in the scriptures, but they're going to be left to serve slavery. They're going to be left alive to serve slavery.
Right. It says, verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Verse 25, it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him.
Yep, the ICBMs. It's gonna crash his empires, right, such as Britain, Russia, especially America.
That's right. It says, verse 26, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in the tabernacle. It says, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Verse 28, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath.
Yeah, the Most High is going to take all his riches away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Esau is not going to rise up from the ashes like he has that mural in the UN building. He has a mural on the wall, the phoenix rising from the ashes after war, and they coming out of the holes and bunkers, and having the population set at 500 million, and commencing their new world order in that fashion. It's not going to happen.
Right.
The Heavenly Father is going to destroy that plan.
Right. In the last verse, it says, "This is the portion of the wicked man for the Most High, from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the highest power."
Yep.
And that's the spirit that scripture started out first, because a lot of brothers know that saying: in order to tell a lie, you got to know the truth. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why Esau is gonna come down with great wrath, because he knows. He's read this book, the same book that we have open right now.
Yeah.
Esau done read Job 20.
Yeah.
All right. And he understands all these things are going to happen to him. He's trying to do everything in his power to prevent this. But even so, him doing everything in his power to prevent this is prophecy in itself.
Yep. He's digging his own ditch.
He's digging his own ditch. That goes back to that 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, where it talks about, he pretty much presented himself as God. You see?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's trying to do right now. You see the vaccination push, which is going to in turn lead into a microchip push. He is trying to implement something to put himself on the quote-unquote pedestal on the same throne as the highest power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yep. He knows he has a short time. That's why he's going to come down with this.
Because everybody, the Most High is separating everybody. Everybody, right. Like these other allies that Esau is linked up with, mm-hmm. in trading and business or whatever, the Most High is changing their hearts to go against them, because now they got the riches too. The Lord said, "Let the weak say I am strong." The weak nations that used to be weak around World War II, they're saying that they're strong now against Esau, because Esau doesn't have a good standard, right? Pursuant to his monetary system, his trade deals and all that. All he does is trade fluff, while the other nations trade raw goods, and the other nations are tired of it. Right.
That's exactly it. The other nations are sick of it, and the other nations, Esau is losing his power when it comes to other nations fearing them. Well, America in a sense.
Yeah, America.
Other nations ain't fearing them like America, like how they used to after World War II.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When they bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right? They're not fearing no more. All right? For once, they don't have nothing to lose.
Right.
It's like y'all done had us down this whole time. It's about time we rise up against y'all. We tired of y'all. Yep. And like the brother said, the Confederate, you can see it happening. It's like the same thing in the two world wars. I think World War I was like World War II was like the Allies versus the Axis powers and things like that. In this case, you have the so-called UN or whatever, and then you got the BRICS nations with Russia, China, South Africa. Who's the other ones?
I think North Korea.
North Korea. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These BRIC nations are going to go against
EU and NATO.
And NATO,
Revelation chapter 17.
Right.
They should hate the whore, right, which is America. I'm going to read from the top of this paragraph. I'll let you get the scripture. It says, "One of the dishes at the banquet of consequences that would surprise a great many revelers is the systematic failure of the Federal Reserve's one-size-fits-all solution to every spot of bother, printing another $1 trillion and give it to rapacious financiers and corporations."
That's right. You say it's printing trillions of dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's something going on called hyperinflation, man. They just printing and printing and printing, and it's holding no intrinsic value behind it. The de-dollarization has been happening for years. All right, it just don't happen overnight. We're not going to use the dollar. It's a implementation of how it's a process of how you get rid of a certain currency in a country. All right, prime example. If you want to look back at the history of it, you could go into how I forgot what the currency was called in Iraq, but Iraq had their own currency, and it was a good ass currency. It was worth more than a dollar at a point.
Yeah.
That's why Esau had to go in there and create havoc and start war and puppet governments and things, and set up puppet leaders. All right, to quote unquote de-dollarize that
just like he did with Libya.
Just like he did with Libya. To just quote unquote de-dollarize their system that they have going on and implement democracy in the dollar bill.
Right.
But how did they do that? Through war. And how is the dollar, the American dollar, going to get done away? Through war.
Right.
You see?
Yep. Because the Rothschild considers America as one of his assets. And really, who's behind keeping, the American dollar in power is really the elite.
Right. They set up a corporation here in America, because America it's not a country. It's just a corporation. That's why, that's what people can't understand, and that's why I'm gonna say it too. That's why Trump, he was one of the quote unquote he was a businessman. And you need someone business minded to run a corporation. And people don't understand business is business. You see what I'm saying? That's why emotions get caught into it, and that's why you have insurrection going on right now. All right? Most of it is not logical. It's people's feelings and emotion. You see?
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
It says, though 2020 is widely perceived as the worst year ever, it was only a snack. The real banquet of consequences will be served in 2021. The reason 2020 was only a snack is that systems didn't break down in 2020. The reason 2021 is the main course is that systems will break down, and once broken, they cannot be restored. That's going to the beast system now.
Right.
The Great Reset.
That's right.
The Great Reset of this economy, because like the brother been saying, they've been hiding the de-dollaration for a long time. The American dollar been backed by petrodollar, and now it's just there. It's just money made out of thin air. While these other nations want to back their currency up with gold, and America can't meet their demands, but everybody else is meeting the demands of America by trading them raw goods, but getting nothing for it, but debt notes.
Right. I got a quick precept because it's going into 2020 and 2021. This is Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 17. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And what I mean by it, I wanted to bring that. Matter of fact, let me read this. We'll go up to verse 8. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and enemy cannot be hid in adversity. Right. For a lot of people, 2020 was an adverse type of year. All right, a lot of adversity hit, losing jobs, a whole pandemic started. You know what I'm saying? People dying. Kobe died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was a big thing for people.
Yeah.
That shook the earth right there. You know what I'm saying? So going back, it says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Find who there? The damn white man. All right, because he is Satan. He's Satan. He's adverse. So he lives and thrives in adversity, because that's what he ordered out of chaos. That's what he likes to do. It says, and though he pretend to help thee, prime example, 2020. Like we said, is a year of adversity. And then what did people do? Turn back to Esau to see how are you going to help us? There he is, right there. Right. And it says, he pretend to help you. Stimulus checks. Right. What else?
Forced warp speed vaccinations.
Operation Warp Speed.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the vaccine out.
Right.
We're gonna
get 2 years. We're gonna
get it out soon.
Right.
We're gonna give you a stimulus check of $1,200 and $600. What else? We're gonna add $600 to your unemployment benefits. Yep. But we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you get through these troubling times. Yeah. All right. It says, yet shall he undermine thee. And 2021 is where he's gonna show his true horns and undermine you people, man.
Yep.
All right, y'all have been looking to him and sucking on the tit of this whore sitting on the beast for so long until this whore is gonna undermine you. Okay, that's exactly what's gonna happen in 2021. You're in for a rude awakening. All right, for the prophets, it's gonna be a glorious thing that's gonna happen for us, man.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, more on that.
Come. It says Americans are unprepared for the collapse of core systems.
That's what we just went into.
Yep.
They're unprepared because they're what? They're so dependent on the devil, man.
Yep.
All right? That's why we always detach ourselves. Every single day, we shed the old man out and we detach ourselves from the world. Right. We don't, hey, man, if you go and hand us, $600, whatever, fuck it, I'll take it.
Right.
Don't mean I'm going to be running to you for some vaccine or a microchip.
Right.
You see? Mm-hmm. But a lot of these people are being conditioned to continue to suck on the tit. A lot of these quote unquote grown-ups, 30-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, they're just grown-up kids. All right? They're just a fully developed kid because they're still highly dependent on Esau and the government, man.
Yeah, when they really should be depending on Yahweh Shah.
That's it.
You got a 53-year-old lady in the article that I read a couple of days ago talking about, well, we'll see what Joe Biden do this time. I hope it's not just lip service. And they quoted her prayer in the article, like, that's going to be something for Jake to look forward to. Like, nah, Esau's coming down with great wrath, man.
That's it.
And you got different alternative social media platforms that are exposing these devils, man. Esau is saying nothing in his speech, man. Joe Biden is saying nothing when he's being interviewed by these news about serious questions on how the economy is going to be uprise by him when he gets inaugurated. He's coming with gibberish, man.
Right.
And he said, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me." Like, that's another prick at y'all flesh, Jake.
Right.
He's constantly peeling you off of not being part of the body of Yahweh Shah, the valley of the dry bones. You got the Lord men, sewing you up with the flesh of Yahweh Shah. So when he comes back, you be delivered. But instead of going to the beast and getting filleted by Esau's lies.
Right.
And it says the secular faith holds that corporate ownership of core systems, centralized state control, and the relentless pursuit of infinite greed will magically manifest the best of all possible worlds, because self-enrichment by any means available is what perfects systems. Unfortunately for America, this faith has exactly backwards. Self-enrichment by any means available is what hollows out and fatally weakens systems. The relentless pursuit of infinite greed, investing in stocks, buybacks, legalized looting, etc., has destroyed the moral foundations of society and the economy. There is no civic virtue or public good left. These empty phrases cannot hide that America is a moral cesspool so corrupted by greed and self-interest that the nation can no longer even recognize its own moral dissolution.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Esau calls that too. He just advertised it's independent women, the breaking up of the families, especially in J community, Planned Parenthood, the whole nine.
And all these are signs of a nation or empire, you could say, coming to its last, final moments. That's why we're saying that Esau is being forced to bring wrath, because he knows his power is slipping, and he's going to do anything he can do to keep that power. Like even today, we saw Trump sign the Insurrection Act. All right, the Insurrection Act wasn't used since I think the 1980s with the Rodney King riots, where they actually had to deploy the National Guard to calm things down. All right, but in that Insurrection Act, it shows that he can use militias and armed forces. because usually active duty troops, they really aren't on, as active on American soil with the civilians. They're more so active overseas. Okay, but since he instituted or signed the Insurrection Act, he can deploy um, militias. All right, and he can deploy the armed forces. Now, I've been doing a lot of research on these militias. These militia groups are highly offended with how everything, with their rights, how everything has been going on, and they believe that their rights are being compromised. So with this being signed, Esau he can activate these militia groups, man. And Esau gonna come down with great wrath. And I'm sure you got this quote unquote racist ass individuals in these militias who are ready to shoot some of you Jake down, man. All right, Esau about to come hard, you know.
Yep.
I got a precept too.
Okay.
It says I'm gonna just go to Revelation 12 and go straight to the point. It says Revelation 12 and 15. It says, "And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood." Now this is a this is a prophecy to 70 A.D. Okay, and what happened in 70 A.D.? The militia and the armed forces ran down on Jake and all. And
besieged us.
Yep, there you go.
For several months.
Right, burn Jerusalem down. All right. So again, we read. It says, verse 15: "And the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood," and that water as a flood is a representation of the armed forces, the army. Okay. And it says after the woman, and the woman represents Israel. So a lot of 2/3 of Jake now they're gonna get caught up. All right. And these militias and these armed forces are gonna come down on them. That's why the scriptures talk about. Well, shoot. No, that's not it. Well, the scriptures pretty much talk about how the ones who fear the Lord, there's gonna be what is that? Great insurrection. Matter of fact, I'll just get it, so I'm not
Great
butchering it.
insurrection.
Yeah,
2 16.
Yeah, that's it. 2 16, and
Yeah, because Esau's best thing now is to wipe out the extremists, so that all the masses can wake up.
Right.
And so it won't disrupt Esau's plan that he has been doing so smoothly while other people are being passive in his way.
Right. That's it, bro. That's exactly right. Because he has to implement a plan, or he has to follow through with the plan.
Yep.
And the plan is prophecy. Really.
They showed you that on Great State, the trailer. They killed the old dude David Crowley before he can even initiate the movie hold. Because he was going to go big with that movie for a $30 million deal and have it broadcast all over the country. But they killed him off because he was coming with too much truth. Plus, he was an insider of the armies. He wasn't whacked out of his mind like some of these veterans, these young veterans out here. He was still all there with his senses.
Right. It says, 2 16 and 70, it says, "There shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." Verse 71, it says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord."
Yeah. That's what he's coming to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You see these policies that are on these social media platforms and stuff like that. They're going to be fine if they, see videos like this talking with such words like this. They call it extremist content.
Right.
On some of these community guidelines and social media platforms, they're gonna come down with that great wrath by March 20. Then that's gonna be a famine of the word.
Right. It says, verse 72, it says, "They shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." This is coming to you, Jakes, man.
Yeah, that $600 you buying good stuff with it, you ain't gonna be able to enjoy it in these last days. Esau, he gonna keep doing that. The universal basic income,
right?
Because you ain't gonna be able to. Well, this is Esau mode in his own society. You ain't gonna be able to work in nowhere unless Esau tells you to, according to his New World Order.
That's it. All right. So it says, verse 73, it says, "Then shall they be known whom I chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." Right. It says, "Then shall they be known my chosen," because what? A standard is going to be lifted. All right, from the ones who really have been uh, yearning and looking for Yahweh Shem Yahushai while they had yet their liberty. Okay, the Lord's going to lift up a standard for them, either sending an angel down, giving them spiritual power, or just making them disappear. All right, because what's that? The word standard goes into the definition goes in a way to escape or to disappear or vanish. All right.
It's like that Dawah.
Right.
You seal from the troubles that is coming at you. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go back to Revelation 12 and 16. It says, "The earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth." It says, verse 17, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of the Most High," which we just read right here in 2 Ezra 16, "and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai Mashiach." And they're going to lose that battle.
Yep.
Miserably. Terribly. Because, like it says in in Revelation 12, I want to say, yeah, in Revelation 12, I want to say, and also Daniel, Michael's gonna stand up for us, man. All right, because there's gonna be a pretty much a Revelation 12 and 7, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels." You see, their little fighter jets are gonna be flying in the sky, fighting the chariots, man.
Yep, the robots, special made robots that he got, the universal soldiers. Right. They all gonna come against us in that day.
They all gonna
and
come.
You Jakes. You Jakes are gonna suffer the straits, but you're not gonna get the crown of life. The Lord ain't gonna save you. But the elect, they're gonna be saved throughout all these troubles. That's
right, and that's why Esau is forced to come down with great wrath, and that's Jacob's trouble. It's for you, you Israelites, man, you wicked ones. It's for y'all ones who ain't been doing what you were supposed to be doing while you're on earth, and that's fearing the Most High and keeping His commandments. Yeah. It's not for the men who've been trying and been shaving off the old man daily. Jacob's trouble ain't for them. It's for you. That's your correction. We've been going through our correction daily. You see? That's why the scriptures say, "Bear the indignation of the Lord." Revelation, the 14th chapter, it says y'all should drink the mixture, of the wrath of the Most High without mixture. But since we've been taking the indignation daily, we've been sipping on that. We almost done a cup.
Yeah, like Joe.
Y'all got a full cup, man. I ain't talking about no shot glass either. And y'all got a gallon jug of that. And you got to down it at once.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because the Lord has been chastising you.
Right.
So you consider a bastard in the eyes of the Lord. He's gonna leave you unprotected in Esau's beast system. Right. You're gonna be vulnerable taking the chip because you don't understand the wisdom and knowledge of what the Most High gave about the mark of the beast. Right. About the beast system, his image.
That's right. You keep going, bro.
That was sit on this article.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. It says James chapter 1. It's like 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 1. "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." Yeah, the Lord's coming as a thief in the night. He's allowing Esau to do his thing. The military police posted up damn near everywhere. Like these Crown 19 vaccination checkpoints or the food lines, they helping out. You got the National Guards helping out with the food lines and whatnot. That showed that scenario was showed in the movie Contagion. They was rationing out MREs out of the back of these army trucks, and then they ran out of food, and people just started ransacking these trucks and stuff. These times are happening right now. How they passing out food, but eventually the government is going to run out, and it's going to be all hell broken loose from there.
That's right. And shalom to your brothers on the comment board too. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull a precept from the brother apologist of the Gospel 144. There's I just saw it. Salakia. Isaiah 30 and 12. I'm gonna start there. Go down. Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and 12. And it goes right along to what me and the brother was talking about. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. It says, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression." And that goes back to Isaiah 30 or 1 and 2. All right. Woe unto you who go down to Egypt and you pretty much ask for help because you've been leaned on Esau so much. That's why the scriptures have it. Isaiah the 10th chapter, I want to say around the 20th verse, where it says, "You shall no more lean on a stay, Salakia, and you should no more stay on the one who will oppress you, but stay on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua." And when you go into that word "stay," it means to lean on. It's a crutch, okay? And these people don't want to let go of that crutch of Esau, man.
Yep, that's why they still voting.
That's why they still voting. That's it, bro. You know, it says, "Wherefore thus saith Isaiah 30 and 12, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon." Verse 13, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall." And that's what? That's Esau coming down with great wrath because he's forced to do so.
Yeah, he thinks he's about to fill his belly up.
Right.
And it's not going to happen. The Georgia Guidestones manifesto that they got on the Georgia Guidestones depopulating the world to 500 million.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning they have their household, their families, their elite family, and the rest of the world is slaves to them. It's not going to happen. The Most High is going to root the wicked up out of the earth.
That's right, bro. It says, again, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall." It says, "Swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking comes suddenly at an instant." Just to give an example, like I know brothers always break this script down like this, but man, at my job it happened. It rained pretty heavy one day, and the little ceiling tiles,
Yeah.
you could just see them kind of bulging one day.
Brown.
Yeah, turning brown and stuff, like kind of looking like a molding. Yeah. And then one day, all of a sudden, like 3 of the ceiling tiles just burst open and fell, but it was unexpected.
Right.
I know some of my coworkers were in the room, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just fell. They didn't even know it.
Yeah.
It's the same way how Esau about to come down on his people. All right, because they're the children of darkness, man. They're not in the light.
Yeah.
You know, you got a precept?
Come. Romans chapter 3, verse 3. "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect?" It's Yahweh forbid, meaning hell no.
Right.
The faith of the Heavenly Father, of Him trying down the elite wicked families, is going to be in effect, man. Right. You're going to see the nuclear war weapons. You're going to see the plagues and pestilence and pearls put upon these people, man. It's going to happen. Right. It's not going to be by you hoping in a greater America, you hoping that the Pope come over here and put hands on you. Nah, it's not going to happen like that. Right. The Heavenly Father is going to destroy this man, right, his whole system. It says, verse 4, "Yahweh forbid, yea, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sins and mightest overcome when thou art judged." Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Most High, like he said, is coming back to destroy Esau. No matter what Esau says, he's going to rebuild America. He's going to restore America. He's going to restore the people in America. It's not going to happen. The Most High is going to literally take away Esau's power. And Esau feel it.
Right. You know, I'm gonna bring this out. This is my last precept. Okay. This is unless you had anything else.
No.
Okay. This is 1 Thessalonians 5. I start at 1. It says, this is classic. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Right. Because what? We understand what's happening.
Yeah.
We doing a lesson called Esau got to come down. He's going to be forced.
Yeah, he's forced. Yeah.
We seen it happen. All right.
This is his last meal. He's setting up for that last meal, like it says in Job chapter 20. Yeah. When he's about to fill his belly, then destruction is going to rain upon him.
Right. That's it. You know. And Captain Abba in our camp, he says, "This is death. This is death's last hurrah, man."
Yeah.
All right. So what you think about that happening? You think death is just gonna, get some done, just gonna resign and let y'all have it?
Yeah.
No, it's gonna go hard. Okay. Because death is not gonna have free reign on Israel when the kingdom comes. Israel's gonna live forever. It's gonna dwell in these other nations, but it's not. It's gonna have its last hurrah on you wicked 2/3, man. All right, because that's gonna be the last chance to get to touch you, wicked ass Israelites.
Yeah, the second death.
You see,
but you're gonna partake in because you partaking in the image of the beast.
That's it.
Which the Most High is about to come to destroy.
That's it. It says verse 2. It says, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." Right, because we watching. We understand that Esau's he's an animal backed into a corner. He's gonna scratch and try to claw his way out.
Yeah, but a short time.
Right. It says verse 3. It says, "For when they say peace and safety," and this goes along with Isaiah the 30th chapter, the 12th and 13th verse, because it said like a breach ready to fall, and it suddenly happens. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child."
Yep.
Right.
It's like the movie The Road.
Yeah,
she
bro.
ate two scoops of beans. I saw it last night.
Oh man,
she ate 2 scoops of beans, and all of a sudden water broke. She was going through that pain. She was going through that. That's how it is. That's how it's going to be on America, man. They're hardly.
Right.
I mean, everybody just going to be docile, passive, and all of a sudden, bam. Go on this line. You got to go like Katrina, Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
Jake didn't know what was going to happen. Jake was going to the Mardi Gras, Jazz Fest,
right.
French Quarter, going to party here, water, all that stuff, eating gumbo. Then all of a sudden, the hurricane came. Then they had to line up going to the Superdome.
Right.
If any Jake was sought out in these streets, especially in Esau neighborhoods, they would get shot at, possibly get killed. Wasn't no law, statutes, commandments in that time. The Lord just allowed that breach to come in on Jake, and a lot of Jake got destroyed. A lot of families separated. Some moved to Texas, some moved over here. Like, it was just hell on Jake, man.
Right.
But it's gonna be for the whole nation this time, all across the 4 corners of the earth, especially in America.
From sea to side, shining sea.
Yep.
All right. It says, upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Verse 4 says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief." It says,
we're not blind. We're not blind like Jake. Jake's still trying to get a record deal. Jake's still trying to be a CEO of a company, trying to have his own business.
Right.
It's like, nah, Jake, this man's society is over. We ought to be rejoicing because the Lord said he's going to come back for us and destroy our enemies. Whether we be martyrs or not, we're going to all be changed and thinking of or not.
Right. Okay. It says, verse 5, it says, "Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others."
Yeah, we know what the mark of the beast is.
Right.
Unlike General Rihanna. ISUBK.
They know, man.
Yeah, they know.
They know.
Yeah,
they know, but they took the bag.
Yeah,
they took the bag.
Furnishing their tables for the troop.
Right.
And the troop is going to get them niggas for that.
Right. Hey, Apostle Gabar, he did a lesson on Sunday. Just a quick 10 minute lesson. I think it was called I forgot the rest, but it was going into the name Isaiah the 52nd chapter. But it was just proving how we have the name of the Lord. All right. And what he said in there is like these other groups, man, when they claim that we don't have the name, that's bull, because according to the script, it says that in that script, Isaiah 52, it says, "My people shall know my name." And what he said is, if they're not preaching that, they either took the bag and sold out, or the spirit ain't dealing with them.
Yeah, because the Lord says, Zephaniah 3:9, right. We should return to a pure language. Psalms 51 says, the Lord will reprove us in front of our enemies after the atrocities that he put on us. For the punishment that everything is leading up. Yeah. Like, we have the clues to what the Lord expects in these last days.
Amos 3:7, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. You know, and if you're not preaching these things and you're not warning the people about these things, you're still in the darkness, and the spirit ain't dealing with you. You sold out. One of the two.
We're not going to be calling Christ in the Most High in that time.
Right.
We're going to pray in a pure language, in a pure tongue.
That's it. You know?
Yep.
And it says, verse 6, it says, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
Second Ezra, the latter part of Second Ezra. The Lord said, we stood stiffly professing the name of the Lord.
That's it, bro. You know? That's it. You know?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I have, bro.
So we're not going to be left in darkness because we got this light, which is the truth. Esau is coming down in great wrath, and we know that he had but a short time. Right. Like it says in Romans chapter 13, verse 11, the time is nearer than when we believe. Right. You know, we can actually go into the mark of the beast system this year.
Right. Very possible, man.
I mean, what says you the process of the mark of the beast system is really here in effect? You know, without you standing in line and stuff like that. They already have it prepared for us.
Right. You know, and they've already been conditioning the people. Shit, like the brother been saying, you know, standing in line and being
ushered into these checkpoints.
You do it at the grocery store.
Right.
You see?
Yep.
You there's checkpoints in a damn grocery store.
Yeah, they take their salad.
You may not look at it see it as a big deal. Yeah, exactly. You want to go work out, you go into a gym, they're gonna scan your forehead.
Yep.
You know, I go into work every day, gotta wear a mask, stand in line, stand 6 feet apart.
Yeah, these people ain't even doctors, but they scan.
Like, I got security guards getting paid $10 an hour for scanning my forehead, man.
Right, like this doctor. You know, we're gonna die in those shoes. Like, nah, this is perfect people.
Right.
For that beast system.
For that beast system. Yep. People been ready to have that grievous sword too.
Yep. This main course is talking about Esau coming down with great wrath, initiating or bringing forth his new world order.
Right.
But it's not going to happen because the Lord says it's not going to happen.
That's it.
So with that, we want to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
Kwam the elect, Shalom.
Shalom.